Welcome to this GoBright functional configuration video covering desk profiles and why it's important to decide on how you want your desks to behave before we start creating desks. So let's have a look at how we can work with profiles. If we go to settings and we come to work, then we've got profiles on our left hand margin. You'll notice we've already got 3 profiles set up as a non-bookable, a bookable without check-in and a bookable with check-in. So any desks associated with those profiles will react differently. So let's discuss these in greater details. We'll add a new profile. So we will just add that in. And we can then work down a series of tick boxes and menus. You can see some are already ticked by default, where language is inherited from the actual main relation in the general settings area. And we've got a stop extending booking allowed for managers is automatically ticked as well. So if your managers are allowed to delete bookings in their user roles, then that's where this comes into play for them. You can see by default we have the hygienic mode is disabled, so that would be a simple click if we needed to enable the hygienic mode. And again, in the user roles, you can decide if your users have the ability to clean their own desks. You've then got the booking mode, whether it's bookable or non-bookable. So again, that's a simple choice of how you want the desks to behave. So if we're staying with bookable. If you've got sensors on the desk, then you can have that activated to show as almost occupied when the occupation is detected, if you do have a sensor under the desk, for instance. And we've got the ability for no-show detection. So if someone doesn't show up to the desk and they haven't checked into that desk, then we can decide how long it is before the desk gets released. So at the moment, by default, a user can check in 10 minutes before their booking is due to start. And at the moment, it's set as 20 minutes that if they haven't checked into their desk, then the desk would get released. If we wanted to change that, that's just a simple keystroke. You then have the choice of how does somebody decide how to check into that desk. So we can have the booking confirmation on a display. That could be a map viewer, for instance, the GoBright Connect, an NFC sticker. And so if we were selecting that, then that would give the functionality to check in. You could have the booking confirmation by an occupation sensor if chosen as well. And there is the option to have the booking confirmation just in the portal or app. The issue with that is if you were looking for accurate analysis, then you might not get it because people can actually check into their booking even if they're not present in the office because they're doing it, say, through the portal or app. So I'd advise not having that one available. If you do have sensors, then you can have the occupation detection, and there's a couple of settings there that allow you to, for the occupancy length once someone's actually left a desk as well. You've got the Connect settings, so generally you'd use the default unit settings, but if we deselect the box, it opens up a series of menus. So if, for instance, you found the intensity of the lights too strong, then you can change the intensity of those lights. But generally we'd have it ticked. If you do have a map viewer in the office where you can just go up to a big screen, tap a screen to book a desk, then it's how do you want the users to be confirming that booking on that particular screen. So generally you might want to have them with a PIN code, and don't forget users can control their own PIN code through their profile, or you might have it by an NFC card. So if you've got a compatible NFC, then you'd be selecting that box. People are booking desks, then you can have some quick booking suggestions, and those can be based on duration or as a fixed time. But if we wanted to add in another suggestion, then that's great. We can just add in another suggestion as well. And you've got your opening hours. In the user roles, then you can decide whether a user actually books outside the opening hours or not. And we're actually setting the opening hours for the office itself. If we wanted to change this from 8:30 to 6, for instance, we can do that. And there's an icon that I can just apply that then to all the days that we're open. So that just clicks on the icon and saves it. So if I come up and I save that, we can now see we've got our profile test is set. So if I was now creating a desk, then I can change the profile and I could put that as profile test, and I can then apply that profile to all of the desks I'm going to create. So as a functional configuration, it's a decision to make how your profiles are going to work for you and those desks going forward. Thank you for watching this GoBright functional support video. If further support is required, please go to our website gobright.com and visit our help centre.